So hello YouTube, Skeptical Samurai, and so in today's video we're gonna be seeing an outlook on the Piggy story that's from Roblox. Yeah, all analysis by Skeptical Samurai. Yeah, obvious. Next, let's go on to the first chapter. I'm not gonna show a slideshow because I need to alter the pictures. This is just a compilation, so I didn't get any appropriate picture for house. Not that important. Just the first story where the whole thing began. So we are a police officer. That's what we are. Taking care of the missing case of George. So we are currently under a mission to find out where George went. So we we see the last place where George Pig was seen. That is their house. Meaning the place where George Pig was lastly seen. That is in the intro it'll come like that. This is the place where George Pig was lastly seen. Then a oink sound comes. Then the piggy hits you. Then you go inside the house. Then you need to escape. Then where we go next? Nothing important over there. From here, the important stuff start. So, chapter 2, police station. We rush back to our station to find the monsters again, even in the station. So, we find the monsters in the station. There are many notes in this map. Yeah, I'll open up each one of them and I'll read them. Eventually, Officer Doggy wrote some of them. Eventually, some are written by Officer Doggy. We find him and escape from the station. Okay, so the first note, let's read that. Oh my god, what happened? Okay, let's bring this alone somewhere here. Okay, yeah. Where did these creatures come from? I've never seen anything like this before. This is perfectly Officer Doggy because he's the only one last person seen there, so this must be him. Okay, so the next note is this. So, I can only hope that the officer that went to find out where the location of George Pig is okay. So that's us. We're the officer who went to find George Pig's location, and he's hoping that we are fine, nothing will happen to us. So that's the second note, and this is the missing poster of George Pig. This is there even in they changed George Pig's appearance to the Robloxian models. So never mind that. Now this is another note under the under the bed. I can't read this properly. This one's blurred out real bad. Okay, this one's blurred out real bad. I'll just tell it by the end of the video. Yeah, that one's blurred out. So let's just see this. The other police officers left without me. I need to get out of here. That's Officer Doggy again. Yeah. Yeah. I'll read that note at the last if I remember. Next, the gallery. There's no note in the gallery. Gallery is another casual map where we mean just escape. No storyline over here. Just the story is that we are surrounded. We run out of gas and then we rush into the gallery as we are surrounded. The gallery doesn't have much significance though. Yeah, no much significance. Yeah, next. We're in the forest. Okay, this is not at all taken by me. I just took it from the internet just because I didn't find any. I didn't mind to take any pictures about these. I didn't have any idea. So leave that. So, chapter 4, forest. In this chapter, in the chapter intro, we will hear a portion being gulped down. Yeah, you can hear somebody like a drinking noise, then a glass shattering noise. That's basically Doggy drinking a potion and throwing the bottle down. It'll be near this bench. Yeah, it'll be somewhere there. I didn't care about that picture, so we don't have it right now. So Doggy has ingested a potion that turned him into a monster. I think that it's Mr. P's work testing the potion. We'll discuss this further later. Yeah, there is a slide about Mr. P only, so we'll discuss it about that place. Yeah, next. Chapter 5, School. Okay, so this map has two notes and one weird code. We'll discuss the code alone. Now first we'll discuss about the notes. Okay, so first let's read this. This is the place where Bunny was seen first, that Mr. P asked to save her and meet him in the sewer. Yeah, that is basically the story of chapter 5. At the end we don't feel very well and then we are taken to the hospital. And in the hospital, while the ending of chapter 5 we'll see Doggy. we'll see Officer Doggy, but that's actually because we were hallucinating then. Yeah, there'll be a note in the chapter 6. I'll show it to you. Okay, next. First note. The teacher was fine when we got here to rescue her. What happened? So I guess Bunny was the person who wrote that mostly because she's the only one in the room. Okay, then. The search for survivors went bad. I am now locked in this room with some crazy animal on the loose. Yeah, it's Madame Gazelle, obvious. So it's teacher. Yeah, I shouldn't say the Peppa Pig term because it's not mentioned in the game. So they went to search for survivors. I guess she and Mr. P went on searching for survivors. So Mr. P was the whole some bad character or evil character throughout this place. So something he has to do with the whole story, meaning something really important with him. Okay, next. So this is the code on the board of the blue key room. If I remember, yeah, the blue key room. So what this decodes is it's some Python dictionary. I mean, some Python translation to some code. So what this says is, I feel everything I do. I can't control my actions. I can't help myself. My mind yells for help, but my body does not agree. I wish the world would understand. So basically, what this each animal that turned into a monster is not actually willing to do this stuff, but their body is forced to do this stuff. Their body mutates or something happens to their body, but their feelings are the same. So the mind. So this is the teacher who wrote this. So she wrote that my mind yells for help, but my body does not agree. So you can see some random scribbling language, some random language that we even don't know. Yeah, so that could just prove it. Yeah, that's just story. So it's not reality. So these are four notes in the hospital. So let's start reading from here. In the hospital, we discuss some notes that show about some tests. Yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. In the hospital, we also see a broken isolation ward that might be the place from where Zombie might have originated. So, in some of these tests might have gone wrong. They kept an isolation room, that small room in which rarely things are found, that small yellow color tiled room, if you remember, in the second floor. Yeah. At the end, we discovered that Mr. P left us behind for. That's what he says, that it's for our own good, but we don't know the truth. So, I'll just add it. Don't know why. Yeah, let the dots be there. Now let's read this. Yeah, this is me only, perfectly me. I'm the tigery skin. Okay, first let's read. Okay, subject has been hallucinating Officer Doggy. Doggy's been missing for weeks. So this is perfectly what Bunny wrote, I'm sure. So subject meaning we. So that might show that she might not be the person who we are thinking of who's so good. She might be an evil person. Who knows? We actually can't be sure about Bunny. But Mr. P, I'm completely sure that he's evil. Not completely evil. We'll come back to that in his slide. So, subject has been hallucinating, meaning we're not in our senses and we're just shouting something, we're imagining something. Yeah. Officer Doggy. So, we are keep on seeing Officer Doggy and we just think about him, but he's missing for weeks. Yeah, that's why we see Officer Doggy at the last scene of school. And this is the last one. So we'll first do this one. This okay. So it says the majority of a family. Okay, I can't read this. Majority of a family to help with the testing. Okay, something is here. Help with the testing. The test will begin in shortly. Hopefully it'll go well. So this is written by Mr. P or Dr. Brown Bear, somebody, or Barry, not Dr. Brown Bear, Barry. Somebody wrote this. So this family refers to Peppa Pig's family or Piggy's family, that mother Piggy as well as her father, except George Pig. So that's what shows that George Pig is missing. So George Pig didn't come to the hospital. He got to know about this aggression, so he ran away somewhere. So that's the case we are dealing with. So next note we'll read here. The tests have shown promising results so far. The youngest was absent during the tests. Youngest, George Pig. That's the whole thing. George is the youngest in the family. Okay, let's just make this short again. I know this video is going to be super long, but this is the whole story from chapter 1 to 8. So I'm more than halfway through it. So I can't read this properly. Wait, yeah, I can. Mr. P has graciously donated much to help research a cure. The what? He insists that we best wa- we better do it as soon as possible, I guess. Or we test it as soon as possible. So yeah. So the whole thing on Mr. P will be clarified in this scene. So we'll first complete the metro, then the carnival, then we'll come to Mr. P. Completely. The metro is right under the hospital where we go with Bunny, who's tired, to escape from there. Yeah. So who's tired is inside. So we try to escape with Bunny. We discover some very important notes in this map. This clarifies the story very much, and matching this with chapter 8 would be really good. Meaning, it'll jigsaw puzzle will be completed, something like that. And then at the last, we have to leave Bunny as she had drank. Okay, my bad. Drank a potion that Mr. P gave her. Yeah, so she drinks a potion. You must be remembering that scene. So wait, yeah, that'll be in the bunny slide. So we then use the metro card to reach Mr. P's carnival. That's it. We reach the carnival now. Now, chapter 8 carnival. In this chapter, we go confront Mr. P. We go to confront Mr. P, but we don't find him. Instead, we find two survivors who are still not affected. They are Pony and Zizi. You must have seen me completing it solo. So there you must be seeing in the last scene Pony and Zizi when this, where is the tiger? Yeah, you can't clearly see the tiger. There's a tiger here that comes in the scene, and Pony thinks he's a survivor, but then Zizi says he's not. So Pony goes and hits him with the wooden sword. Yeah, that all happens. We then go with them to a safe zone that we don't know yet. That'll come to the next update. That'll be really long. So these are where important notes here. So first one is do not open the monster inside. TSP. We don't know who's TSP right now. Why did my friends leave me in here? So this is written by Tigri. So not Tigri, sorry, Foxy. Yeah, this is written by Foxy, who's trapped inside this cart forever, and he was affected by that thing, whatever that thing is. We don't yet know that either. So this is at the entrance. So I don't think so this is much clear. To those looking for safety, this is the worst place to look for. Again, TSP. So this is basically Mr. Potato's carnival or Mr. P's carnival, we're not sure. And we come here to confront him, but we don't find him. Instead, we find a hole in the wall and Pony and Zizi, and then we go with them. That's it. Till there, clear. Till chapter 8. So now this is about Mr. P. Now, this is the note that Mr. P left in the hospital roof. I have to do this for our own good. So most likely to be the villain of the game, whose actions are really weird. Yeah. His story is long, so I can't type it. I'll tell it on recording. I'll tell it right now. Basically, he does it for his daughter. So, if you can see this picture, this is the ending, chapter 8 ending. This is his daughter. Yeah. By the looks, we can say that she's younger in age, so she must be the daughter. So she is the one who's sick. Wait, I didn't read the metro notes, I guess. Yeah. Sorry. So see, it says here, she's really sick. I need to help her any way I can. Next. This all are related to her mostly. Something here. The doctor can make something a cure. I'll give anything. Just need her to feel better. And this is another note. Patient 0 was given substance 128. Patient has been restoring strength but also displaying signs of aggression. That might be either your character because we are sick, or it might be Bunny. Someone over there. Bunny or us. Or patient zero might also be Mr. P, or it might be Doggy. We are not sure about the patient zero over there. I am not sure. Yeah, so let's just get this back in its place. And this is Mr. P. Yeah, in the sewer. So what basically happens is his daughter gets sick. His daughter gets sick. Then he tries to find a cure with Barry in this hospital. So he donates, he does many things, and then he calls volunteering, like the Piggy family, for volunteering them in the test. So the Piggy family leaves George behind, or does George escape somehow? I have no idea. Or they mostly might have left him, and then the test goes on, but it's unsuccessful. Then Mr. P doesn't give up. He wants to keep on testing until the medicine is enough to cure his daughter. So then he gives it to everyone. Then first this all completes. Then he gives Doggy inside the, yeah, in the forest, or maybe later onwards, he might have kidnapped George too. That's why it's given missing. It might have been George running away or him kidnapping George for some reason. Very important reason. So we'll get more clarity on his story only if we get the next few parts when we confront him actually. So we'll get the whole story properly. So next, Doggy. Doggy is an officer just like us, and okay, let me put a comma. It's really misleading. Yeah, who's trapped in the station. So he was trapped in the station. He wrote many notes over there. So we go with him until the gas runs out, and then we go through the gallery. I know my sentence formation really bad. I did in a hurry. So then we go to the forest where Doggy gulps down a potion and becomes a monster. After the forest, he's nowhere else to be seen. That's it. Next, the last but the most important character over here, Bunny. So one of the most important characters in the game, we find her in the school where she's locked in a room. So this is, I guess it's a CCTV surveillance room, something. So in the metro, she reveals that she had drank a potion that Mr. P gave her and said she would not accompany us anymore, meaning she won't come in the train and she won't go. Metro card, something. So that's the main story till now. So all the weird things that till now happened leads up to a summary that Mr. P still won't stop his testing until he finds a perfect cure. But nobody till now got to know why he's testing on healthy people when none of them have that disease. So maybe she has a disease, his daughter might have a disease that other animals do have, but they're not affected by it. Something like that. But I have no idea. That's really weird why he's giving the potion to others and why he's making others the living undead or something. Their mind is blocked, but they're doing something. Yeah, you can see the tiger. The tiger is holding two knives. So this will come to a clarity when we confront Mr. P. That's where the story might look like it's ending, and maybe Mr. P might escape again, something like that, so on. So we still don't know where Mr. P's daughter is, because if his daughter might have, you know, yeah, I don't want to tell that. Anyways, if his daughter might have gone by now, he wouldn't have continued the testing. So he would have, I'm sure he wouldn't have surrendered. So that's why he might have been running away. But he will not continue his testings though. Or he might because he wants to kill us. Because why does he want to kill us? The first thing, he actually gave it to Doggy, not actually for testing, because it's the same medicine. It would be the same medicine because it has the same effects. So he sent us for killing us. So who are we? We're the officer who's working on George Pig's missing case. So for some reason, Mr. P does not want us to see George. So if we either confront Mr. P or if we either find George, the whole story will be clear, and then it will be the part where the hero will kill or do something to the villain and the game will finish. But this is a really well detailed game. Thanks Minitoon for making such a cool game, and we'll see you in the next theory part, or maybe I might be making some predictions on chapter 9. So thanks for watching. So the part that I didn't read, so I'll quickly go through it and we'll end the video with the outro. So it can't find me in here, can it? Am I safe from it? So that's what the whole thing reads. So that might have been again written by Doggy or someone. So Doggy might have tried to hide in the cell, but he found it ridiculous, so he came outside again and he went to the garage and hid there. So that might be the whole part of it. So we'll actually see you in the next part. Peace.